Today on Suncoast View, primary elections are coming up next month, but are Florida state laws helping voter turnout or hurting it? We'll discuss. And a Suncoast boutique has the looks that will keep you feeling as cool as you look. We'll get a fashion show from Lotus Boutique.
And Free Fall Theater previews a new hit musical that celebrates all musicals. We'll get a special musical preview. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show. Happy Friday. Stephanie Roberts is off today, but a big welcome to two of our guest hosts, Matthew McGee from Free Fall Theater.
Hello, nice to see you.
And Nikki Logan Curran, our friend from Hitched and Honey. Welcome.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Nice to end the week with you both. Two smiling, fun faces. Yes.
I'm a morning person, so I like this.
And Matthew, I know you perform at night, but I know that you also have to get up and do your day job.
I do. I sleep very little, 3 or 4 hours a night. It's crazy.
What else do you have to do at 9 o'clock in the morning?
Exactly. I'm going to be here. Yeah.
Well, the difference, though, is usually when you are performing or working at night, it's sometimes your clothes are what are different.
Yes, absolutely.
This is one of Matthew's
Your clothes
other
are
looks.
different.
Yes, look at that. Look at that.
Tell us about your other persona.
You know what? I have a drag act. I'm Miss McGee. And I have been doing this for quite a while now. And look at her. I mean, she looks great.
That wig's amazing.
I mean, I have great wigs by Scott Daniel. And this is a new show I'm working on called Miss McGee's Creature Feature, where I host a horror movie. And you get to enjoy it with me, and I make fun of it and all that different sort of thing.
Are you also the characters in the horror movie?
Oh, can you imagine? When you look at me in drag, yes, I am a character in a horror movie. No, it's been great. And next year I have, since we're talking fashion today too, next year my costume designer is doing a whole new theme. I'm getting tired of shaving. At 43 years old, I don't know if I want to shave everything anymore. So next year is all about caftans, turbans, and gloves.
Oh, I'm all with you. I'll go with you there.
We should have a whole segment where we make, you know, Linda a fabulous caftan as well.
I think that is a great idea, because if our viewers remember, you gave Linda a makeover with her eyelashes.
I didn't have to do much. She's a lovely lady.
Well, I dress like a drag queen. So
well, come on. I mean,
going in that direction.
Absolutely. Listen, big jewelry, we love that. You know what I mean? It's a big deal. Actually, the whole time I was looking at that necklace going, I must have it. So
I think we may have made a jewelry exchange partnership here that we can discuss on the commercial breaks. But in addition to, you know, performing in drag and performing in tons of area shows,
that's right.
You are also one of our favorite comedians, one of our favorite funny men, and we're going to learn more about the show that you're in right now.
The musical of musicals, the musical.
Yes, we'll get a little preview a little later on. But first, we want to welcome back Deepa from the Indian Table. Welcome.
Good morning.
What are we making?
So today we're making a cherry tomato and eggplant curry, which is a brilliant way of incorporating vegetables into your diet, because it's absolutely fabulous and tasty curry that we'll be making today, and it's easy too.
Oh, I love it. Easy is the second word that I enjoyed, and the first was curry.
I like it when she makes it.
Yes.
I like when she says tomato. Do you know what I mean? That's beautiful. Oh.
Deepa is a wonderful, in addition to being a wonderful chef, also a great teacher. So every time she's here, we learn something. And I know that you have some teaching, some classes coming up that we will talk to you about a little later on.
Thank you.
But Nikki, I'm really excited because you have an announcement to make. This is
You're pregnant?
Yes!
It is a baby of sorts, but not that type of baby.
My new baby.
Tell us about your new endeavor.
So I am now the new owner and editor of the Scout Guide, and I couldn't be more excited. For those of you that don't know about the Scout Guide, it's just a beautifully curated snapshot, sort of a city guide of the Suncoast, and representing all of the artisans and people behind their businesses and their brands that make them special. So it's been a couple months in the making, and I haven't been allowed to talk about it, and I've been so excited. The previous editor, Susan Doan, has done an awesome job. She's gone through 4 volumes now, so we'll be launching volume 5. And so, yes, this is my new baby.
How exciting.
And so
you're going to be up in the middle of the night with it.
That's right. That's right, for sure.
So, and what neighborhoods does the Scout Guide feature?
So we'll have the territory of all of Bradenton, Anna Maria, all through Sarasota and her islands, Venice, Casey Key, all the way down to Boca Grande.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
So it really will be a snapshot of just really a beautiful resource, not only for locals, but for people obviously visiting. So.
Oh yeah, the
And I
Suncoast
guess-
as we know it.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
can't wait to see how it will flourish even more in your hands. It's one of the most beautiful
It's so
guides
beautiful.
that we have locally, because not only does it tell you things to do in the area, but it makes like a beautiful coffee table
It just
book. 'cause
can
the
sit there and
photography-
just be beautiful.
Yes.
But what I like about it is the size of it too means you can take it with you and check all the
Right.
things out. It's really great for tourists
It's just
as well.
Yes.
it's printed so beautifully,
Yeah.
and it's so well. It's been so well done for so many years. So I'm really proud to be part of the editorial team. There's a lot of awesome women out there doing this job.
That
so
is
I'm excited.
wonderful.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
well, it makes us
Congratulations.
feel proud for
Oh,
that.
yay!
Yes.
It does. Good.
We are excited for you. So
Thank
that's
you.
great stuff. And you're going to be bringing us some fashion tips as it gets a little warmer later on in the show, which
Yep.
I know I'm looking
Yep.
forward to, but I don't know if there's anything in those fashion shows for me.
Well, we'll see. Oh no, you could fit in things. Yeah.
Maybe I can pull off a wedge? Not
Yeah,
sure.
maybe.
Well, it is time for our first hot topic. And Florida's primary election is coming up August 28th. But our state is not making it that easy for you to vote, according to a new report. Florida reportedly leaves hundreds of thousands of votes on the table every election cycle by not taking advantage of enough voter registration policies. For example, Florida could adopt automatic voter registration or even same-day voter registration, as many other states do. Restoring voting rights to felons is another possible policy change. The study says spreading the opportunity to vote is key for a true democracy. What do we think about this? Is access one of the reasons people aren't voting?
I just moved from Sarasota to Manatee County. The first thing I got was a change of voter registration. That was the first thing, and every time anything came with my new address, it also came with how to register, how to change where I was going to vote. So for me, it was just automatic. It was so easy. But you know, you ought to put some effort into something that's so important. The decisions you make can change our community, our world. So it ought to be responsible people who are willing to take a little step and go register.
Don't you wonder that maybe Florida decides we can't do a lot of extra voting because we've loused it up in the past? You know what I mean? Like in 2000.
Bring
But
your own hanging chair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I wonder if that's a part of it too. You just never know. It's interesting in a state like Florida to see people sort of, if it does discourage people to vote, you know, that is problematic. But that might also be part of a strategy. And I'm just going to sip my coffee right
And
now.
that is a very commonly discussed strategy of making voting more difficult for certain demographics.
That's right.
And that certainly has come into play. I think with some of these policies, you almost have to, I have to break it up into two different groups as far as when we talk about felons or people that their vote got thrown out because of signature verification. Those are people trying to vote that they didn't have the ability to have their vote be cast.
Yes.
Whereas if you didn't register or you didn't remember to re-register, that's a little different.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have an obligation to take responsibility and make sure you get your right, because it is a right.
And we've talked about the whole restoring voting rights to felons for about a year now, on and off on this on even this show. And I think that you do your time and you get your rights restored. You know, I mean, I guess it's easy for me to say because I haven't had a terrible crime held against me, and I don't
Right.
know what my viewpoint
And I
would
don't
be.
think these are people guilty of terrible crimes.
But I mean,
Yes,
if you're
yes.
in, you know, if you're in prison and you've done your time, and you know you're not in some sort of like zoned area where you have to tell all your neighbors the dirty deeds
Right,
you've done.
right.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
there's certainly exceptions for that.
Certain
but
levels of.
yeah,
Well,
I think
it's interesting, and especially as the primary is coming up next month, we'll see if there's more discussion of changing up these policies.
But then people like us sit around and talk about it, and then we don't go vote.
Yes,
So-
this is true. This is true. If you have the ability to vote, you
Do it,
get out
do
and
it.
vote.
Yeah.
Linda says it's her birthday week.
Yeah, if you don't vote, you can't complain.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's
wouldn't
my thing.
that would
I
get
don't
people to
change
vote.
the world.
right.
Well, some controversy this week after a Hollywood casting announcement was accused of being insensitive. Scarlett Johansson was cast in the true story role of Tex Gill, a massage parlor kingpin who transitioned from female to male in the 1970s. People are speaking out saying that the role should have been cast with a trans actor. Turns out Johansson is also a producer on the film, and some are saying she likely had a say in the casting decisions. So this has been an ongoing debate. Should trans roles in movies and TV be played by trans actors?
Well, acting is acting, so you don't have to be the person that you're acting. So I think it's just the best actor. I think whoever's the best out there gets the part. They don't have to look into your background.
I think there should be more opportunities for trans actors. I think there are shows that this happens for transgender performers, like even the show Transparent, which did feature Jeffrey Tambor in playing a transgender a woman. They also opened up a lot. There were a lot of supporting characters and things, and increased visibility. As that continues, you'll probably see more and more of these situations. The only thing that does draw some thoughts from me that are different or somewhat opposing to it, I think the point of using transgender actors is a good one. But I don't think this story or this movie would have been made if Scarlett Johansson had not attached herself to it. So that is a tricky thing. There are also plenty of men who have played transgender characters before, and there hasn't been as much as much controversy about it. But again, that may not even relate to a gender thing. It may just relate to the fact that people who are transgender are becoming more and more visible.
Sure, that could be. And you make a very good point, though. And regardless of whether we're talking about having a trans actor play trans roles, sometimes you need a star to greenlight a film. And as theater goers, as film goers, will we go see? Are we more likely to see a movie that has a celebrity attached to it, or are we okay seeing a group of unknowns? And so sometimes you might need an A-list actor, and there aren't many trans A-list actors at this point.
Right, exactly.
That's important.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Scarlett Johansson has been involved with this before with Ghost in the Shell, which was an Asian character. So she's been involved in this a little bit too much. It's something that I think maybe perhaps she should have tried to avoid in the future. She's not really getting ahead of these controversies. She has pretty quick responses to them that says, well, I'm doing it. It's not very
and
sensitive.
I think she even said, go talk to Jeffrey Tambor, go talk to his people.
Yeah. And I think in a way she needs to be a little more sensitive to the fact that transgender people are becoming more visible. And I believe that that's an important and good thing.
And this is, it's true. And when you look back at I think even 50s, 60s, even into the 70s and 80s, when you had Caucasian actors playing Asian actors in films, and we've changed, I think. As a culture, our community, we have changed. And so as the roles become more available, it may be time to hand them off to the community that could be playing them.
And this is all very good.
Yes.
At the end of the day, exactly, it's increasing the conversation and awareness. 10 years ago, people couldn't really describe to you what transgender was.
No, sure. And it was usually played as a punchline.
And not be mad because they weren't cast in the lead
Exactly.
role.
There you go.
Right.
Yes.
So we're making slow, painful progress.
Yes. Progress usually is painful.
It is. But they'll get there, definitely.
Well, a New York bride is suing her wedding caterer after her reception was memorable for the very wrong reasons. Around 100 guests got violently ill during the wedding reception, requiring at least 9 ambulances and a triage unit to be set up on the lawn. 22 people ended up hospitalized. The bride is suing the caterer to reimburse her guests' medical fees, alleging the mac and cheese was to blame. The caterer denies any negligence, claiming that third-party vendors were involved with anything that could have possibly made the guests ill. Scary story. Food is such a big responsibility. And Nikki, I know that you chair and throw a lot of events that have food at the center.
Dying on the
So
inside
whose
right
fault
now.
is that? Who should be sued?
Well, 2 things came to mind immediately. This is why you get a caterer who makes everything from scratch. You're going to pay for what you get for. When you start pulling in other vendors and other products, and I get the whole support your region and all of that kind of stuff, that is where you get into some trouble. So you need to be really clear as the consumer when you're hiring a caterer. Are they making everything? And if not, where are they coming from and who's liable for that? That's just a question that people don't even think to ask. And this is a horrible example.
And you're right, ultimately it falls on the caterer. Whether they chose to use another vendor, it's still, they're the one that signed with the, I hope that they can recreate, or not recreate, I hope they get another do-over at their reception maybe in 5-year anniversary.
Yeah, or let
Try
the guys from Queer Eye can fix it. They'll redo it, but Anthony won't cook anything.
No. And they're in my hometown. This is from Syracuse, so I feel especially bad.
Don't call that caterer.
I'm very sorry
It's
for you.
interesting that they're sick immediately, though.
Yes.
I've never heard of
and
that
And
happening
half
before.
of the people. So we'll see. We might find out more about this as it develops. Hopefully not.
Avoid the mac and cheese.
Yes.
We are going to check in with our mid-morning forecast, and when we come back, Matthew's going to preview the new musical of Musicals.
So across the region, scattered showers in Gulf waters will eventually get a little bit closer to coastline as we develop a sea breeze this afternoon. The sea breeze, in response to daytime heating, which will carry us up to about 92 for a daytime high, will bring most of those showers into inland areas. They'll be slow movers. As they grow, they'll basically die in the same place, raining themselves out. And that means a lot of rainfall if you happen to be under one of those inland showers in Hardy, DeSoto, inland parts of Charlotte County, Highlands County. High pressure will be with us right straight through the weekend, tending to suppress shower activity just a little bit, so that the number of showers that we get probably fewer than on a typical summer's day. We'll have most of them building, as I mentioned, along the sea breeze front and probably favoring the other coast as we head into the weekend. Light and variable winds will be with us until then. Daytime highs topping out around 92 will give us a feels-like temperature of about 100 to 105.
The musical now playing at the Free Fall Theater in St. Petersburg is such a big hit, they're already holding it over for additional performances. It's called The Musical of Musicals, The Musical. It opened off Broadway in 2003, and it is a real hoot. As you can probably guess, our co-host Matt McGee is in it, and he brought along one of his co-stars, Annie Morrison. Oh, we're so happy to have you guys. I gather there's sort of a different style to this musical.
Oh,
God,
absolutely.
yes.
There's actually 5 different styles,
5 different
right?
styles, yeah. And that's what's so lovely, because this composer and lyricist really did a beautiful job of recreating the kind of quality of each one of these musical theater composers. Would you say? And it's just delicious fun.
So funny, you know, we take the idea, you know the old melodrama story, I can't pay the rent, you must pay the rent, I can't pay the rent, you must pay the rent, I'll pay the rent.
Yeah.
Well, we take that storyline and we present 5 different versions of it as if it's been scored and created by Andrew Lloyd Webber, Stephen Sondheim, Kander and Ebb, Rodgers and Hammerstein, and Jerry Herman, which is a lot of fun. And so it's wild fun, and the audience just loves it. I think when we got into it, we knew it would be funny, right? We knew people would like it.
Well, we thought we were doing a review.
That's right.
And we got there, Eric said, no, we're doing 5 musicals
Exactly.
in one night.
We do all the dancing. Cheryl Lee is a choreographer, and so she taught us a bunch of the original choreography. The show is usually done 4 people, blank room.
And the original choreography, not for this review, original choreography from those shows.
We're doing chorus line choreography, Yanni and I, in the gold outfits. And we're really terrific.
I can't wait to see you.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of, it is a lot of fun. And you know what's funny? Audiences come to, I thought it would do well. I did not know it would be this much of a hit. But I think at times when people feel somewhat divided or at each other's throats, to come into the theater and all sit back and relax for 2 hours and just laugh is a gift.
And we have 5 fun people.
That's right.
We're very fun
Well, we
people.
want to see something from you 2 funny people.
Oh,
Annie, give us
my
a
arm.
preview. You go over and get ready to give us a preview,
Ciao.
and we will tell people where they can see it. The music of musicals, the musical. Oh my goodness, how do you ever get that right? The musical of musicals, the musical is at the St. Petersburg Free Fall Theater, and it's extended through July 22nd. You can go to freefalltheater.com for tickets and information. Annie, take it away.
There's a rainbow o'er the mountain, and that rainbow is your dream. You'll find it when you face the storm and ford it every stream. Silver larks will serenade you on that island of your dream, that island with the mountain and the rainbow and the stream. Follow your dream. Don't ask me why. Follow your dream until you die. Walk on through the wind and forge through the rain, though your hair's all blown and you look insane, and your eye makeup's running and your nose is red. The heels are alive, but you're half dead. Follow your dream, chin up, belly high. Follow your dream until you die. You die.
Musicals, the Musical. It's at the Free Fall Theater in St. Petersburg through July 22nd. For tickets and information, go to freefalltheater.com. And next, we're going to meet some international improv stars at the Sarasota Improv Festival. But first, we want to hear another song from this show from Matthew. Hey, Matt, take it away.
Hola, aloha, hello. We're in a speakeasy. Bye-bye, ta-ta, cheerio. Speakeasy, hasta la vista, und Ehren go bra. Achoo and kazoon tight, and que sera, sera, yeah. Hola, aloha, hello. We're in a speakeasy. Drink your wine, 'cause life's a Cabernet. You might get a drinky, you might get a smoky, and if you're kinda kinky, it might be okie dokie at a speakeasy. It's hard to say.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, and you're struggling to pay your bills while your case is dragging on, that's where Oasis Financial comes in. Only Oasis has Oasis Express Cash that can get you from $500 to $25,000 in as little as 24 hours, faster than anyone else. There's no risk and no out-of-pocket cost.
It was so simple. I made one phone call. Oasis was able to give me the money within 24 hours.
To pay for my electric bill, my rent, and my groceries for my children.
And even if you end up losing your case, Oasis lets you keep the money, so there's absolutely no risk to you. You don't have to worry about repaying Oasis.
If I had lost my case, then I wouldn't be responsible for paying the money back. And that was a blessing.
Oasis, they killed it, man. They helped me out. They gave me my life back.
See how much money you can get before your case settles. Call Oasis Financial, because life moves faster than your case. 1-800-874-8185. 1-800-874-8185.
Find out first at 4 on the Suncoast with ABC 7 News at 4. ABC 7 News at 4 starts with a detailed look at your first alert weather forecast to help you plan and prepare. We give you a fresh, fast-paced rundown of the day's top stories and videos, including breaking news, live updates, and traffic hotspots, all at a new, more convenient time. Find out first at 4, weekdays on ABC 7.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
The 10th anniversary of the Sarasota Improv Festival is wowing crowds at the Florida Studio Theater this weekend. 3 days of non-stop spontaneous comedy kicked off last night with many of the best improv troupes in the country and from as far away as France and Spain. And we are thrilled to have the French improv troupe in our studio. Dan Seyfried, the co-founder, and also Cedric Marshall, and I'm going to say the name of the troupe, La Carpe Haute.
Yeah. All right, Linda.
Thank you.
That French paid off. That's
four quarters of French, and I still can't say it. So this is the first time that you came to this improv festival.
Yes, it's our first time in Sarasota. Not the first time in the U.S., but first time in Florida, yes.
How'd you hear about the festival?
We met Will in many festivals in Europe, and last year he invited us for this edition.
From Europe you came here?
Yes.
Wow, we must be very, very famous. So tell me about your particular troupe. What style do you do?
So with La Carpe Haute, let's say, especially in international festival, we are, let's say, known for our physicality. We love playing with the body, the physicality, the silliness, something not so much verbal.
Even if you talk sometimes, but yes, it's mostly physical.
Do you change what you do when you're in front of an American audience?
Yes, when we speak English. So
Yes.
That's obvious.
That's a good change, yes.
Yes, exactly. And because it's not our mother tongue, we also speak less than in front of a French audience. And also we do this format which is called Just Play. We play it mostly in English-speaking countries.
Do people laugh at the same things in one country to another?
Oh, that's a good question.
Do we laugh at the same things that you're laughing at over in France?
I guess there's this, it's a universal sort of language, like, and that's how we connected a lot with Will, for example, and it's true because I guess we all have the same sense of humor or what makes us laugh, especially when it's basically physical and gives you in different universes. So yeah.
Yes, and also sometimes we don't expect a laugh because we do like English mistakes or whatever, and it can be very, very fun.
So sometimes you're really funniest when you don't know you're being funny.
Exactly.
That's always the way.
Have you changed from traveling around the world now? Has it changed your style?
I guess so, yes, because seeing so many different shows, so many different styles, it inspires us. For example, transitions between the scenes, many different ways to do it, or yes, of course, everything inspires us.
Oh, great. Well, we can't wait to see you. And you can see them. They're going to be in action Friday night at 8 p.m. at the Florida Studio Theater. Sarasota Improv Festival continues July 13th and 14th at the Florida Studio Theater. For tickets and information, go to thefloridastudiotheater.org for your tickets and for information. Next, a summer fashion show that looks as cool as it feels.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
I need medical exams, things like that.
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. Let's check back in the kitchen with Deepa from the Indian Table. So Deepa, I understand in addition to teaching classes at restaurants in people's homes, we can also find you this weekend.
Absolutely. So on Saturday, I'll be giving out free food samples at the farmers market between 10 and 11. And I'll also be selling my own spice blend of garam masala. So I've had a lot of people that need refills now. So I'm there once a month. So please stop by, say hi. If you've got any food questions, give me a shout and refill your spice box.
And your custom blend is fantastic.
Thank you.
And everyone loves the farmers market and they love free.
Perfect.
So we'll be excited to see
combo.
you tomorrow morning. All right, we will catch up with you a little bit later on in the show.
Thanks.
Well, keeping cool while staying stylish are typically our two main fashion concerns during the sweaty summer season. And it is possible to achieve both with the right fabrics and designs. Our guest host today, Nikki Logan Curran, is known for her style as well as her substance. So Nikki, we know you do a lot around town and always different times of day.
Right.
How do you always look amazing? Do you adjust the way that you dress as it gets warmer?
Yes, and I keep a backstock of change of shoes and a bag always in my car all the time.
That's the secret that no one knows.
Yeah. You know, because one of our looks today is a day to night look. And so, you know, we may leave in the morning, we may be working with, you know, kids at the Boys and Girls Club and then, you know, a chamber luncheon, and then we may have to meet for a more formal dinner, and you don't have time to go home in between. So you got to keep those little secrets in the back seats to make sure you're staying appropriately dressed throughout the day.
Yes. All right. So I know you have a couple tips. You brought us some looks, but before that, just general tips as we're into the summer. A lot of people think, okay, my winter wardrobe, I've got to put it away and get entirely new clothes for the summer. Is that true?
Not here. And one of my favorite things is, you know, when you buy something that's really beautiful that you love, that may be a heavier fabric, say a long pencil skirt, find a good tailor and turn it into a short skirt for summer, or crop your favorite pants that you've been wearing all season long into a shorter crop skinny jean or something. So sort of transitioning, sort of upcycling, recycling your winter wardrobe. And fortunately here, we can layer, you know, so we don't have the winter closets like they do up north. We just, you know, add or take away a little. But finding a good tailor and repurposing some of your favorite winter items is probably one of my favorite things.
And speaking of layering, I know we see you in a lot of scarves sometimes, but you have a very practical application for scarves sometimes.
I love them all year long. I always keep scarves. I have long hair, and if it's, you know, if you're outside, even just keeping it around your neck and keeping your hair off your neck, or, you know, or either I'll have a big crazy bun, but, you know, keeping that hair off your neck and even off the sun off your shoulders. You know that 2 o'clock sun in Sarasota literally stings your skin. So out at an outdoor luncheon, just having a little something light over your shoulders or
and air
over
conditioning.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the best scenario.
Well, we're going to see some of your other tips in some of the looks that you've brought, and all of these looks you have pulled together from a local boutique, from Lotus.
Yes, Harmony at Lotus is amazing. She owns the boutique. It's on Main Street. All of us were in and out in just a few minutes. She's excellent at what she
That
does.
is
She knows
fabulous.
how to style for the right body type and really get you in the appropriate
Well, let's
wear.
start with your look.
Yes.
So take center stage and let's
Yes.
talk through what you're wearing.
This is Ula Johnson. It's really sweet. It is something that I could wear even with a sneaker maybe in the daytime, or I can throw on a dressier heel at night. So this is something that I would wear all day and totally get away with being at 5 different places.
This is very you, and you call it boho casual, which is
She
a
asked
lot
me
of
what I
think your
like,
look
and
is.
so within 5 minutes she had me in something that I love.
And
so.
light and comfortable, but still very, very stylish. The boots are terrific.
Thank you, yes.
All right.
So we have a few other.
So we brought a few other models. Let's see our first model, and this look is the day to night look.
This is a perfect example of somebody on the go. This is Jennifer Mateo. She owns Jennifer Mateo Event Planning. She's in a Veronica Beard blazer, Rose Hartman graphic tee, gold sign mid-rise skinny jeans, She has a Pedro Garcia heel, which is great. That is a shoe that you can wear all day. Very, very comfortable. And a metallic Jerome Dreyfus bag. So she could take this jacket off and go out with her girlfriends for a cocktail at the end of the night, or really dress this up.
Yes.
For
Could you turn around for just a second so we can see
in the back?
Look at, if you can check out the detail in the back. I love this because this is what gives that kind of tapered silhouette.
Right.
But so it's functional, but it also looks great.
And also, having a professional put you in the right fitting jeans is something that it's like getting a properly fitted bra for women.
The t-shirt is
when
great.
somebody knows what they're doing, it really makes a difference.
The t-shirt has Kate Moss and Linda Evangelista on it, which I
love this.
Supermodel.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you,
this is
Jennifer.
a great look. All right, coming up next, we have a familiar face to us.
Yes,
This is our producer,
we do.
Kaylee.
This is Kaylee in the perfect summer cocktail dress. This is a bold silk floral print dress by Solani. She has a Cassidy wedge shoe and Nico Ray Rose gold hoops. So this is another one that's, you know, a fabric that you can wear outside and not worry too much about being too hot, and that can certainly go from day to night as well, but it's very, very flattering. That looks beautiful on you.
It is. Now, she does work for us, so I'm going to be careful, but this is a great outfit to flatter your figure, but also not to be too tight.
Right, and if you turn
constricting
to
in
the side, see how it's tapered a little in the back, and so it's blousy up top, but it fits really,
It's got that split up that is a young, vibrant look.
It's very, very flattering.
Great. Thank you, Kaylee.
Thank you, Kaylee.
All right, coming up next, we have Sunday Fun Day.
This look I absolutely love. She is so cute, and this is like bebopping around town. You're going to brunch, you're going to the farmer's market. She has on a James Pierce tee, a rag and bone denim jacket, which everybody should have an Old Faithful denim jacket. Roxy in London maxi skirt with another really bold print, which those are just so fun for summer. And Golden Goose Star sneakers.
Those are really cute.
Again,
Those
she
are
cool.
cool.
Throw on a wedge and a necklace and take off her jacket and go.
And jackets I know are important because even though it's so hot outside, the air conditioning is everywhere and it's freezing. So so this is great to have that layer. I love it.
I love the
Fun Day.
sneakers. Isn't that such a cute
I like
look?
the slits up the side and the pleats.
Yeah.
I think that's a great look.
That's a really cute
it's
look.
really, really fun.
Thank you. We
Thank
love
you,
that.
Bailey.
All right, it's time.
Hubba,
it's summer.
hubba.
Summer gets hot, and so do our date
Hot
nights.
summer nights. This is Catherine. She looks drop dead gorgeous in this dress. If you don't know a better fit for this particular dress, I don't know who it would be. It's Florida Mall. It's one shoulder. It is silk, so it will breathe a little in summer. Cushy and ox heels and diamond vintage hoops by Vintage La Rose.
Wow, really?
Aren't they gorgeous?
Really beautiful.
And
so
just this
gorgeous.
multicolor bag. I mean, even this is a perfect scenario where it's beaded and looks really, really formal, but you could have that with a t-shirt and a pair of jeans too, and really
These
dress
are
nice.
awesome. Well, let's bring all of our ladies out, and Nikki, let's have you join them. These are great options for any scenario that you have this summer, and you can be found
All
right
at
here
Lotus.
on the Suncoast. You can find these great summer looks at Lotus Boutique in downtown Sarasota. You can also visit them at lotussarasota.com. All right, coming up next, we're going to be looking at some new options for home redesign with some tile design.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Ray Collins. Today at noon, we'll have the results of President Trump's lunch with the British Prime Minister today and a preview of his session with the Queen. And an overnight accident temporarily shut down Bee Ridge Road at Tuttle. We'll have an update as to just what happened here. But first, here's the Friday forecast from John Scozzi.
Ray, thank you very much. We're looking at a west wind developing this afternoon in response to the sea breeze building. Should be a beautiful day out on the waters, though. Smooth conditions with just 2-foot seas or less. Daytime highs on land are going to be warm, coming in at around 92 degrees. You'll have a feels-like temperature of about 100 to 105. And we'll have a slight chance at a shower. Not a lot of cooling rains around this afternoon, except in inland areas where there'll be a much better rain chance later in the afternoon and into the early evening. There, the rain chance at about 50%. For us, closer to the coastline, about a 30% chance is the best we'll do.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
ABC 7 is the most watched, most trusted news source on the Suncoast, and we owe it all to you, our loyal viewers. Thank you for making us #1.
We know that there are many different options when decorating with tile, from floors to walls, inside and out. But you can expand your creativity even more by using mosaics. Kate Spencer from Tile Outlets of America is here to highlight some different mosaic design ideas. Welcome back, Kate.
Thank you.
So when we talk about mosaic, what defines mosaic?
So a mosaic is actually anything that's pretty much mesh mounted in a shape or form that allows you to cover a space easily. And you have lots of options, whether it's in the shower, whether it's behind your kitchen backsplash. Some people do entire walls, and some of these can be used totally on the floors.
Oh, wow. All right, so there's a lot of versatility and we can use it all throughout.
Yes.
You brought a few different design ideas, which we always love. Let's start with the geometric designs.
So geometrics actually fall into a category where you have lanterns, herringbones, anything that's like out of the ordinary of a size, of normal size. So like here, some people call these ornaments, and and they're just so unique in shape and design, and a lot of people shy away sometimes because they're not sure where to put them. But again, you're going to see where you can do an entire wall, like in a bathroom, surrounding a mirror with those, and they look just elegant.
Wow.
There's a Carrera. That one also can go on an entire floor as well.
Oh, it creates a beautiful texture even from the eye.
Lovely. Yeah, so you kind of have some really cool designs, and again, they come in different stone types, come with glass. So again, like this is another one of an ornamental kind of shape that's done in a glass. Couple different tones, so that can complement different colors that you might want to tie into a room.
Really beautiful, and can help to brighten up and reflect a little light too. It looks like, depending on
polished, not polished. I will tell you, this is a new design. Scales. They're called scales. You're going to see a lot of this coming out. When I was just at one of the shows overseas, scales are very popular right now. They're going to be coming in different colors and different size shapes. In the next image, you'll see different colorful uses of them, and they're just so design oriented, so you're going to love scales. They're going to be more popular.
All right, what about specific shapes like hexagons or octagons?
So hexagons and octagons have been around for a long time. So those shapes are actually also very popular again, that you're going to be able to find. Again, you can get them in all glass. You can get them with metals and stones and glass. And so you're going to be able to get some of these designs. And again, look at that. Against a white cabinet, you're going to see that color come out in those and really create, really neat design.
It does make a beautiful background.
You can just change your paint color and then change the whole look of your room.
Yeah. Change the whole look of your room. And so you can actually coordinate one of your mosaics into a space and actually design around it. Or vice versa.
I love it because it does create a little movement for the eye in a room where. What about round? You have that shape.
Round. You think rounds can be really, really boring, but I will tell you, penny rounds, different glass rounds, ceramic rounds. You can see them in pools. You can see them, in a backsplash. Here, this is a one with glass, metal, and stone in that one, in really fun color. I call them Florida colors, and that nice blues and grays and whites. And again, you can go ahead and put those, you know, behind a bathtub, you know, and create a different look with rounds. So don't keep rounds out of the look, you know, and again, you can change. Some of these people will take a penny round like this and change the grout color, you know, so you can have a white penny round, maybe a red grout color, and really splash up a space.
Wow. Oh, and
again,
for the
and a
pool.
Oh, yes.
Really gorgeous. I love that
Whimsical.
you bring us, we can see the tile, but then we can see its application, because I have a hard time looking at one tile to figure out how you can use it. Over in front of Matthew, you brought some square mosaics.
Yeah, so, you know, I wanted to make it a little bit more fashionable on the square mosaic because, you know, this is like a patchwork design. It actually is a stone and glass, and it actually has that, you know, really cool ornate look to it that you can actually put this in a shower, and I'm going to show you an image where they used it in a shower, you know, just under the, you know, the faucet, and there it is, and it's just really pretty.
Yes, that's gorgeous.
You know, but it also gives you that element of a stone, a glass as well. Here's like more of a porcelain stone look that kind of gives you that, you know, variegated look of different colors. And in a pool, of course. You know, squares in a pool is very popular, so you're going to see that again, colorful, bright images.
Oh, I love that. All right, now if we went for more of the strip mosaic shape, what can we do with that?
So strips are very flexible. So with a strip mosaic, it really is more of a linear mosaic, which allows you to cut them into different strips. That's why it's given that name. So you can make, you know, whatever size border you want to incorporate into a space. Here they're using it for the entire space, but you can also maybe, let's say you wanted to put a glass and then you just wanted a little tiny linear Listello look. You can cut Listellos, and you know that's what strips are meant for, to cut into strips if you want to.
Gotcha, George, to break up a wall. And you brought a very interesting one. Tell us what water jet mosaic is. This is unusual.
Water jet mosaics are very unique because they are actually cut individually. They're water jet cut to make an actual shape or design. Wow. This can be used on a floor. This can be used on a wall. They're just so intricate. So you're going to see different designs. I brought you one example. There's hundreds. Flower shapes, but they're really, really made special.
Oh, wow. We love seeing you, but then we go home and look at our walls and floors, and we're not so happy.
You want to go home with me and bring your tile?
Come on, let's go.
Well, you can work with a designer at Tile Outlets of America to create a custom look for your home. You can visit them in Tampa, Fort Myers, right here on the Suncoast in Sarasota on Cattleman Road. You can also find them online at tileoutlets.com. All right, we'll be right back.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes, B, console her,
don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Well, if you're still looking for something to do this weekend, Linda has a great option. What's coming up, Linda?
Yes, I do. This hot weather's getting to me. And if it's getting to you, there's a way you can cool off and get in the Christmas spirit, believe it or not. The annual Christmas in July Arts and Craft Festival is this weekend. It's on Saturday at the Venice Community Center. They're going to have 70 vendors from all
Christmas themed.
Christmas themed.
Christmas in July is big.
70 different things to choose from, all from the Venice area. You can get in free, parking is free, and it's going to be great fun.
I love it.
And
Well,
you will
in
be
this
so proud of Venice when you walk
In this
out of there.
heat, free and air conditioning and local vendors, we're in. All right. Well, we are also going to be heading into the kitchen. Don't go away. We'll be right back. We'll be in the kitchen with the Indian table.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Stephanie Webb. Coming up today at noon, a recall grows after a salmonella outbreak that involves a popular breakfast cereal, and why a seemingly good Build-A-Bear promotion went a little wrong. We're going to tell you all about it. But first, let's check in with First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at a few scattered showers out in Gulf waters. They're really not moving all that much, and they'll tend to die out right in place. Some of those showers, however, will build across the coastline as we head into the afternoon, and a sea breeze builds in response to plenty of heating. Satellite view shows that we'll have plenty of sunshine as we head into the afternoon. Then clouds will build. High pressure is kind of suppressing the showers just a little bit. Will be with us right straight through the weekend. Our daytime high today will top out at about 92 degrees. We'll have about a 20% chance of a shower near the coast by noon, a 30% chance by 3 p.m.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, and you're struggling to pay your bills while your case is dragging on, that's where Oasis Financial comes in. Only Oasis has Oasis Express Cash that can get you from $500 to $25,000 in as little as 24 hours. Faster than anyone else. There's no risk and no out-of-pocket cost.
It was so simple. I made one phone call. Oasis was able to give me the money within 24 hours.
To pay for my electric bill, my rent, and my groceries for my children.
And even if you end up losing your case, Oasis lets you keep the money. So there's absolutely no risk to you. You don't have to worry about repaying Oasis.
If I had lost my case, then I wouldn't be responsible for paying the money back. And that was a blessing.
Oasis, they killed it, man. They helped me out. They gave me my life back.
See how much money you can get before your case settles. Call Oasis Financial because life moves faster than your case. 1-800-874-8185. 1-800-874-8185.
When I was growing up, my mom told us, always treat others the way you want to be treated. She did business with companies that shared her values, like Mutual of Omaha. She had a guaranteed whole life insurance policy through United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, a Mutual of Omaha company. When my mother passed away, her United of Omaha policy helped cover her funeral expenses and bills, and they had money on its way to us within 24 hours.
United of Omaha is here to take care of you. When you call the number on your screen, we'll help find the right policy for you. If you're between 45 and 85, you can get coverage up to $25,000 with no medical exam. Call us right now at the number on your screen.
Now I know I'll be taking care of my family, even after I'm gone.
United of Omaha guaranteed whole life insurance. Call or go online now. Be there for their future.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Coming up Monday morning at 9 on Suncoast View, a new musical opening at the Starlight Room is coming from an unlikely source. The musical Reefer Madness is based on the 1930s propaganda documentary. We'll learn about the campy new musical and get a preview. We'll also try out yoga that stretches your muscles and your senses. We'll learn about a local art gallery offering chair yoga. Plus, as we prep our homes for hurricane season, we will learn about the importance of hurricane windows, and Madison's joins us in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We're here with Deepa from the Indian Table. Now, what are we making today? It all smells wonderful. I'm super excited because, as you can tell, I like food.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So today we're making an eggplant and cherry tomato curry. It's an excellent way of incorporating vegetables into your diet, and a very, very simple curry as well, so it doesn't take too long to make. So we'll get started. There's a lot of stuff going on today. So right now I have some onions that are sauteing in canola oil, and you'll be pleased to know there's nothing else in there. It's just plain onions, canola oil, no spices go in. And the reason why I'm making this is to show you that you can really rustle up a curry in less than 5 to 10 minutes any night of the week. So with
Those are finely chopped onions.
Yes. And typically when I make my Indian food, we cook these right down and caramelize them, but for this particular dish, they just need to reach this stage, which is almost turning golden. So then what I'll do is add some fresh ginger to this.
You're all about the fresh ingredients.
Absolutely fresh, yeah.
How
and
much ginger was that?
So that was about 2 teaspoons there. And then we're going to add the same amount of fresh chopped garlic. And then we're just going to stir that just to get rid of the raw smell. And it just mellows out the flavors for you. And then we have some Serrano chilies here that add a bit of heat. We don't need to add these, but I know a lot of the crew here like a bit of kick.
So we all like a kick.
Do you take the seeds out? Sometimes, but for you guys, I left them in.
Oh.
What a treat. But you can leave these out totally if you like. Now, what I'm going to do next is just add some cherry tomatoes. These have just been halved, and they go in like this. And they're at the peak right now, so they add such great flavor to this dish, which is why we're going to go easy on the spices, because we don't really need much apart from the fresh ingredients here. So while they're cooking down, I'll just go through what else we're going to do. So typically when you're at home, you'd let these tomatoes cook down for about 3 or 4 minutes until they're softened. And then what we'd do is we would add some chopped eggplant here that I chopped earlier. Yep. And then if you don't like eggplant, you can add red pepper, or you can add zucchini, or any other type of soft vegetable of your choice.
Well, I forget zucchini is a nice alternative for
yes,
people
it
not
is.
into eggplant.
Or any squash family.
Okay.
It's probably not good eating raw, but
I do.
you do? Really? Oh, I've never seen
Good
that
for you,
ever.
yeah.
So.
Does it stay together if you take the skin off?
Well, what I did with this one, I left the skin on because it was really nice and fresh, and I sprinkled some lime juice on it just to keep it from oxidizing.
Okay.
But yeah, it stays together. But this dish, what we're looking to do is we're looking to cook the eggplant until it's meltingly tender, so it is almost falling apart as well.
Okay.
So to the tomatoes, we're going to add the egg and stir those in.
Smells terrific.
Yes, it does.
Viewers, you're missing something beautiful.
And Deepa,
Smell
you
everything. We need
raised
to
a
smell
very
everything.
good point earlier that, you know, we can spice according to taste. So when people
Absolutely.
think curry, they think I want to stay away from it because I don't like spicy food, but it doesn't have to be spicy.
No, not at all. Totally optional. In fact, my 6-year-old daughter will eat absolutely anything but the heat. So when I cook at home, I don't put any heat in, so it's quite a treat for me to sort of add them in when I'm on set.
It's a treat when you bring your spice wheel,
yes,
which is,
the
I now
spice
have one at
wheel.
home,
You
thanks
do?
to Deepa, and I love
Oh,
it.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
So we're not going to add too many spices today. We're just going to add a little bit of cayenne, again, totally optional, some turmeric,
That's healthy.
and a bit of salt there, and that is it from the spice wheel today. And then I'm going to stir that in. And can you see the turmeric's implanting that beautiful colour, and it really adds a bit of fragrance as well to the dish. And then I'm going to add the garam masala, which is my own blend,
Yes,
right
your
here.
custom blend.
And that's all you need for this one. And then cook that down a little bit, and then I'm going to add some, this is basically the final ingredient, tomato paste mixed with a bit of water. Cook that down, and then you will end up with
what
the
Nikki
finished product
has.
there. So that's the.
Boy, when you
that's
watch
what
it being
will end
made,
up-
you
Yeah.
realize how clean a dish it is. There's
Right.
not a lot of filler. It's all
Absolutely.
just good vegetables
Yeah,
and
made
spices.
from scratch. And so
Well,
that's the
speaking of
kind
good
dish.
vegetables, you can find Deepa tomorrow at the farmers market, where you are giving away some free tastes,
Yes,
some free
you can try
samples,
some food,
as
yeah.
well as you can purchase her custom spice blend. All right, so thank you so much, Deepa. Always great to have you here.
Thank you.
Nikki, congratulations on the new Scout Guide endeavor.
Thank
We're so
you.
happy, and now we know we can dress a little cooler
Yes.
this summer with your tips. Matthew, always great to have you, and you can catch Matthew at Free Fall Theater and Musical of Musicals, the musical. All right, have a wonderful weekend. Take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast view.